Right, top notch. I've got some New Year Scraft going on here. This is a friendly between Jake and... Oh no, wait, it's not a friendly, is it? This is a match between Jake and Matt. So we've got KernelPanic in the bottom right of... I can't remember what map this is. Matticus in the top left. It's... Oh, look at that! Isn't that clever? I like it. I'm glad I got the actual games the right way around then. So, Matticus as the Terran here. Whoa, this is intolerable. Sorry about this. The volume level for the sound here is blowing my ears clean off. I don't know what it's like for you, but that is absolutely fierce. I'm going to drop that by 50%. Yeah, as you were. No, this might be fairly... Oh, it's still pretty loud. I don't know. I might just ditch the music. Yeah, this could be some pretty ropey casting. I'm in bows and I'm sat at a funny angle. I've got an absolutely fierce screen reflection going on here. So that's my excuse for not being able to follow the minimap and see what's happening. Very standard looking opening then from Matticus. We've got depot at the top of the ramp. We've got the racks, and interestingly he's looking to block any sort of scouting by throwing down this second depot. And that's reasonably timely. You can see the probe here is on its way across the map from KernelPanic. So in Protoss land, also, oh, not looking normal at all. This is Forge first in Protoss land. So KernelPanic looking to do the cannon rush here. So this full wall off's actually going to come in really, really handy indeed. So the next move is typically drop a pylon here or something like that. Throw down the first cannon here and then get the worker up the ramp. I don't like the pylon that close because Marines on the higher level here are going to be able to shoot that pylon and depower everything. So I'd prefer the pylon slightly further back. The cannons, what you want is the cannons to be in range of this stuff. Cannons have got a pretty good range, so as long as you can give them vision by sending the worker up the ramp, you're away. I haven't even got the production tab up here. Look, you can see that the forge is finished. The first cannon is coming down, and there is... Well, Marines queued up as it goes. I don't like the Marines coming out the front here. I don't see the reason for that. You might as well have your Marines over here. The reason I say that, you know, once this cannon starts shooting, what you don't want is the Marines to sort of run down the ramp on their own, of their own accord. That is disastrous. So what I'm concerned about here is that there is nothing building at home for KernelPanic. You know, the only thing we've got building here is cannons on this side of the map. What he needs to do there, he had to send that worker up the ramp, and ideally while there was only one Marine, because the cannon would have shot the Marine in the face twice before the Marine could have killed the worker, and that's a dead Marine. Now that the worker has Scarpered, there's no high ground vision here, and I think KernelPanic just gets completely shut down. He's building a Nexus, but look, he's got no tech at home at all. This is still really loud in my ear holes. So hang on a second, I need to do something about this. Hopefully I suppose I could probably check. Hopefully it isn't too quiet for you guys to be able to hear some of the sound effects and stuff, but I could barely hear anything. Okay, so finally the gateway comes down, but you know you've gone Nexus first. You've gone Nexus first on the other side of the map. This cannon rush is a fail. That's what I was talking about these Marines coming down the ramp. You know, at this point you just wait really until you've got, arguably Marauders will deal with the cannon pretty well, but I would just be teching up. You can go ahead and build your command center ready to expand when the cannons are cleared, and you can just fly it down. You know, a siege tank will deal with this pretty handily, and to be honest, a Marauder will as well. As you can see there, the Marauder doesn't even have to come down the ramp, it's got the high ground vision. So with the cannon rush cleaned up, you would have to say that Matticus has got a strong lead in this game. You know, we don't have a gateway yet for the Protoss player, and you know, unit production's already underway. Yeah, okay. Don't know about that location for a sensor tower. I tend to put them right out at the edges, maybe somewhere here, maybe somewhere here. Typically what I'm using those for, the sensor towers, is to look out for incoming drops. So you're looking out for warp prisms trying to sneak their way around the edge. Putting it smack in the middle of your kind of your location is I don't know. I suppose it gives you some advance warning if there's an army about to push up this ramp or something. But typically on a map like this, you move your army out into this area, and once you've got your third up, you have them parked about here, so they're ready to defend either location. So the natural for Matticus is on its way. Obviously, KernelPanic is going to end up with an income advantage, but the whole time that cannon rush was happening, I didn't see probes in the production tab. The main is now saturated, although not quite in the gas. The main not quite saturated, interestingly, for Matticus, and I wonder if that's just because he's pulled a couple of SCVs to build stuff. Yeah, that is the case. It's something to look out for if you are playing Terran. Always replace those SCVs that you pull. As time goes on, you end up typically having 3, maybe 4 SCVs at any given time building stuff. Once you've got a couple of bases up, you generally want to have at least 2 SCVs just constantly building supply depots until you're maxed out. So this stuff, I don't like it. Why expand here? I'm not against the idea of the ninja expand, but look, let's see the vision from Matticus. That's all within the sensor tower. He knows you're there. As soon as he's got a siege tank, he's just going to park it here, and that's the end of this. It's over. So why not build it over in this location, for example? In fact, he's not even going to wait for the siege tank. He's just going to march across here and end this. These cannons are never going to finish, and this is just a large amount of minerals. Those didn't even cancel. So this is just an awful lot of minerals lost. It was mining for a while, but it was never fully saturated. I think that's total. That's mineral negative, that whole expedition there. So right now KernelPanic is in poor shape. He's only got 1 base. He has, hang on, wait, what? A relatively small army of entirely gateway units because there's no tech yet. Although, as I say that, there is, to be fair, a Twilight console. Did he recall the workers? Yeah, is that what just happened? Seems a little unnecessary. There was nothing chasing them. But anyway, Matticus, you would have to say, is well ahead at this point. I don't know whether he knows it or not, though, because if we look from Matticus's vision, that's what he knows about his opponent's base. And if we look from, so not much scouting's happened, has it? Not much. Anyway, key things to look out for here. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of SCV production happening. We've got a building there, but when you've got 2 command centers, you can crank those out 2 at a time, and you really want to get that economy up and running fast. As you do that as a Terran, you'll find that your 3 racks and your 1 factory, your 1 starport cannot keep up with the rate at which you're mining minerals and mining gas. So always remember to, as you get the spare money, just be throwing down the extra barracks, throw down the extra factories. No matter what sort of composition you're going for, just have lots of production facilities so that you can just you can enter into a battle, and as your units get killed, you can be replacing those as fast as they're dying and just marching across the map. So this should be reasonably one-sided. It's not a great angle to be engaging for the Terran, but there's so many marauders in here that just aren't going to die. These gateway units are going to die pretty fast, with minimal losses, I suspect, from the Terran, and this should be GG, really. There isn't much that KernelPanic can do about this. He happily built a lot of cannons on the other side of the map, not a single one in his own base though, did he? To be fair, you'd need quite a lot of cannons to see off this number of marauders. So, the whole game looked pretty one-sided, but that cannon rush could have gone different. It could have worked out for him. As mentioned, the things I didn't like, I don't like the pylon so close that it can be seen. I prefer to get the pylon finished up just out of vision range. Then you can drop the cannon within shooting range. Then you need to get the worker up the ramp to give that cannon high ground vision. That's the way to execute those cannon rushes. Okay, so game 1 goes to Matticus. Oh, look, we've got an audience. Hi guys.